Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
The Giants at 8-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He gets this to Davante Adams.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Herbert off of play action. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And now off to the races, down the right side.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched it.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
Completion good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list.
And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
A chance for Waddle on the return.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they come into this one right. Next weekend is an open week for them, so if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is, and if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Herbert now. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They'll get that out wide to Waddle.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak. It's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Pollard is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. So they brought the extra point in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Herbert on third down now. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. They go play action with Willis.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Jalen Waddle
becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And it is now 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this off...
And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. 11 yards for number 11.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
from the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Second and 5 now. Herbert. This ball complete into the hands of Anderson across the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And line. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Herbert. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. They'll try the air now with Herbert. He's got it. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
On first down, Willis. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. To the air on first down. Here's Willis. Austin is there and brings in another one. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Rolling to his right. This will be caught. It's Waddle. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Waddle, 34 yards. And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Here's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry.
That's his 18th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away.
Waddle now to return it. A 55-yard punt that time with a return of about 14. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Escaping the pressure right.
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Now Herbert following the turnover. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
They go play action with Willis.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run it again with Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Going on 4th down. Here's Willis.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is...
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Play action. Here's Willis.
They'll roll him out right. And this is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And that one results in 35 yards.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps.
Here's a diving catch right side. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Washington,
they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1.